Ah!
Careful! Don't drag it. It's an old screen. I can change it one day.
It's nothing fancy?
It's nothing fancy, no frills, guest house, but it's clean. If you want it fancy, you'll pay a lot more. That I can tell you. Bathroom's down the hall.
I see. Shared a bathroom.
All tenants here are self-respecting, clean people, and when they're not, they're showing the door.
Aha!
Yep, that's the law. Betty's law, because I'm Betty.
Sensible law, I'd say, Betty. And, the heating's included?
If you hadn't told me you were an actor, I would have put you down as a comedian. Come on, not at that rate, mister. Heaters by the stove. Only takes 50p, so you better stack up on them. Nothing's worse than a whining voice at midnight going, got any spare change for £1, Betty?
I can quite imagine. It must be jarring.
Yeah. Jarring. Okay, it's up to you. You don't have to take it. It's up to you.
I know that. May I be permitted to meditate for a few moments? To take a pause?
Take as long as a pause as you need. But have someone come in half an hour. So don't take too long.
So my pause will be a brief one. Not what is known as the Macready pause.
What's that?
Well, Macready was a famous actor of the last century who, apart from his striking qualities as an actor, was famous for the pauses he would make. Like, to make a point, to emphasize a moment.
Yeah.
Don't everyone
Don't everyone make pauses when they speak?
Of course, true, but his pauses were elongated.
Well, don't take.
Don't take too long of a pause. I told you, someone's coming. Ain't got all day.
Sometimes in rehearsal, the stage manager, unsure as to whether the maestro had forgotten his lines, would give him a prompt, i.e. shout out the line for him, and Macready would roar back, "It's a pause, damn you!"
Yeah.
I ain't had a actor here before.
Oh, I ain't had an actor here before. So what you been in?
Oh,
Anything I've seen?
I was afraid you'd ask that. People always do. But it's nothing you may have seen. Not lately. Since I have been doing repertory, guesting in rep. Ha ha! The backbone of the performing arts.
I thought you could get to that one.
Oh yeah.
Is it the retired one? Oh yeah?
Indeed. Yes, repertory is still the best training for the actor.
In training? I thought you'd be retired by now.
Oh no, got to keep one's technique fresh, tuned up. Anyway, I gave my John of Gaunt recently. That's the last role, so to speak.
What on the telly? What on the telly?
What, on the telly?
No. Oh no, that was in rep, in a town called Buxton in Derbyshire.
Buxton? Never heard of it.
Well, you can't hear of everything, can you? Your brain must be overwrought, as it is running a guest house.
I know enough.
I know enough to keep my nose clean. I wasn't sure if it's
Well,
your nose.
allow me to say that that's a very charming nose. If you were a man, you would be a perfect Cyrano de Bergerac. Ha ha!
You ain't making fun of my hooter, are you? 'Cause if you are...
Heaven forfend! No, Cyrano was a great poet, a hero. I actually played him once. Oh, do forgive me. I was being flippant.
So what you done?
So, what you done on the telly? Is that right?
Ah yes, the dear old telly. Well, not for some time, I'm afraid. Not for some time, no.
Not being in the stenders or anything?
Alas, no. Not that I wouldn't mind. And you know it pays the rent. And we all need to do that. But I'm more what you might call a classical actor.
That means you don't work too
That
much?
means you don't work too much.
Oh, how very witty of you. Yes, indeed, but alas, too true. Not so much, but I do get by. And yes, I once played Oberon in our school's TV broadcast.
What's that?
Well, Oberon is an ethereal creature. He's king of the fairies in Midsummer Night's Dream. You know, Shakespeare.
You ain't one of those nutters, are you? Because if...
Core blimey, you're not one of them, are you?
Oh, yeah, that's it. Call Blimey, you're not one of them, are you? Because last person you... I just... blind.
Not that it matters. I ain't prejudiced and we get lots of weirdos around here.
No, he's really a king of the real fairy world. One of knights, of elves, imps, and even ghosts.
So you play a lot of weirdos?
So you play with all weirdos, do you?
Players cast, that's me.
Cause I gotta tell you now, I don't want any nutters or weirdos in this house. I'll tell you straight off, the last geezer here was as loud as a box of frogs, and we had to get the law in. Because as you say, I'm ultra wary.
Quite right, too. This is your home, after all. Your domain, in fact. Your castle. And you can't be too careful with your choice of casting. Haha!
What's that, McCready paws?
Excellent, my dear. That could indeed be called a McCready pause.
So it's just you, eh?
Yes, alas, just me.
No girlfriend or wife or anything?
No, just me, I'm afraid.
Your wife left you? Or passed away or something?
Too true, I'm afraid. Yes, she's gone. Cancer. Well, we shall not look upon her like again.
So you're a bit of a loner, eh? We got a few here, but I don't like stray visitors coming and going. Now and then I can understand. I'm human after all. But I don't keep a knocking shop.
My dear, actors are not what you charmingly call loners. Oh no, we have the theatre. The theatre's my family. My brothers, sisters, sons and daughters, we're all there. We hold on to each other, we actors. We join up. We bond. Stronger, dare I say, than blood ties. Oh yes, when I played John of Gaunt, Bolingbroke, my son, was revealed to me as my own flesh and blood. The blessed plot, this earth, this England.
That's your sign in the play. That's not real, that's make-believe.
Oh no, dear. When you play, it is for real. It has to be. Deep in the heart, or the audience won't feel it in their heart. They won't believe you unless you feel it. The tears are real.
Okay, actor. Can't gossip all day. So have you made up your mind?
Oh yes, of course. Certainly. It's, charming. And will suit me well.
Okay, month's rent in the guards and a 500 deposit against breakages. But you can do that later, okay? I'll leave you to unpack Romeo.
Foul lump of foul deformity, that was from thy mother's womb untimely ripped. sceptred isle, this earth of majesty, this seat of Mars, this other Eden, demi-paradise, this fortress built by nature for herself against infection and the hand of war. This happy breed of men, this little world, this precious stone set in the silver sea, which serves it in the office of a wall, or is a moat defensive to a house, against the envy of less happier lands, feared by their breed and famous by their birth, renowned for their deeds as far from home, from Christian service to true chivalry, or as the secular in stubborn Jewry. This land of such dear souls, this dear, dear land, dear for her reputation through the world, is now leashed out. I die pronouncing it, like to a tenement or pelting farm. Knock, knock, knock. Who is there in the name of Beelzebub?
Oh, do excuse me for bothering you. I live next door. Or shall I say I rent the room next door. I thought to myself, that's strange. Yes, that's very odd. To hear words, poetry and language that keep you alive. Because I got used to the TV blaring every day and night. So when the previous tenant left, I thought to myself, thank God. Oh, thank God, just a few days off. A few precious peaceful days until the next creature comes and turns on the infernal machine for poor dead souls. Dead sorority souls. Collecting all the junk from the world.
And then when I
And
heard...
then when I heard you come up the stairs, and the landlady leave but you still inside, I waited. I waited, with pounding heart, waited for that infernal beast to start barking again. I was ready. Yes, I was ready to cover my ears, plug in my earplugs and turn the radio on. When I heard this voice, your voice, the sublime tender voice, reciting poetry, or a play, or a monologue perhaps. Oh, when it was beautiful. Yes.
It was, and maybe yes.
Pardon?
It was, and maybe, yes, maybe
It
that was...
And maybe, yes, maybe, I had to. Oh, forgive me, I just had to.
Oh, please, don't.
Oh, please, don't be mad.
Because I want to say...
Because I want to say at this time, yes, I want to say... Oh no, that's not it.
That this time I had to say...
But this time I had to say something.
I couldn't hold...
I couldn't hold back. It's the way you spoke. It made me, permitted me to say something.
And now I have to say thank you.
And now I have to say thank you. Oh yes, thank you. To hear words again.
No, don't worry. The walls...
No, don't worry. The walls are a little thin. And,
But in this case... Oh God, what a pleasure.
Oh, in this case, oh God, what a pleasure.
Yes, what a divine...
Yes, what a divine pleasure. Be happy here. It's not such a bad home.
And now there's a poet?
And now there's a poet in the midst. Or an actor. Ah, Shakespeare.
No, don't speak.
No, don't speak. Don't. Forgive me.
I won't bother.
I won't bother you again.
Oh, you can. You must.
Oh,
You...
shh. No, don't. Farewell. Take care. Oh, and thank you.
Shall I compare thee to another summer's day? Thou art more lovely and more temperate. Rough winds to bend the darling buds of May.
Jake, with this bit you're meant to be stood by the wall talking through to his room?
And summer's leash
Yeah.
hath all too short a date. But thy eternal summer shall not fade, nor lose possession of that fair fallows, as long as men can live, breathe, or eyes can see. So long live this, and this gives life to thee. See how she leans, her cheek upon her hand. Oh, if I were a glove upon that hand, that I might touch that cheek. It is the east, and Juliet is the sun. Arise, fair sun, and kill the envious moon, who is already sick and pale with grief, that thou...
Shut the fuck up, William, you noisy cunt. I'm trying to get some fucking sleep, cunt. I work done, so shut the fuck up, or kick your fucking head in. Okay? Cunt?
Sorry. So sorry.
What's up, Ted? What's all the rumpus, mate? Who's pulling your tail?
It's alright now. Shut up. Sounds like a filmy nutter, you got that, Betty.
Nah, he's an actor doing his fucking lines, innit?
Oh, fuck. An actor. Hope he's not a bum bandit and all. Better lock me door, eh?
Nah, don't throw your toys. He's harmless. A bit pathetic if you ask me.
Yeah, fuck that. Behind now. Was that a lovely kid and all?
Go on, we'll drop off soon.
Yeah, rather have. Tara.
Ta, Ted. Love ya.
Oh, what a rogue and pen slave am I? Is it not monstrous that this player here, but in a fiction, in a dream of passion, could force his own soul so to his own conceit? And all for nothing. For a Cuba.
I don't know where we are. Page 64.
Knock, knock, knock.
Oh dear. Oh dear. I'm so sorry. I heard it all. I feel so responsible. Yes, I do. I'll explain.
John.
John. I now realise what happened. It's my fault. My stupid fault. No, wait. Let me get it out, otherwise I'll die of a quivering heap of embarrassment. You saw me go left. No. I said I live next door, but on the other side. You thought left-facing side, but no, the right. You saw me going left as I was walking out your room, but I was just popping out to get something. And when I came back, I heard you. I heard the shouting. I heard all the noise. I even heard it from the street. The shouting. That man's a lunatic, a madman. He should have bravoed you there, but sadly, these people can't hear. They can't even see. They're troglodytes. Their knuckles are still scraping along the ground. And so poor, and so gracious and encouraged. I flatter myself that, yes. I encourage you so sweetly to open your divine heart of yours, to make your song, but you rip the ruff of the beast, and you give such beauty, such elegance. Yes, you did. Believe me, I do flatter myself. You put so much soul back into this house. But poor thing, you faced the wrong way. What a shock, oh what a dreadful shock for you. An actor, a poet, and yet, no, an artist, a poet, and yes, even an actor. No, not just an actor, forgive me, for the breath of life you put into words. You give them life. Noble messengers of the gods, more like. And I blame myself. Oh yes, I blame myself. I provoked you, and now I hate myself. Yes, for my audacity. So please, find it in your heart to forgive me. No, don't say yes now. Wait, let it sink in. And if you can find a little ember of forgiveness in you, then recite a sonnet or a speech to me, through the wall, better at night because the beast has gone to his evil labours. And then, yes, I'll take it as a sign. Thank you. Oh, thank you again. Shh, no need.
That's a bit of luck, I must say. Amazing. Wonderful. I mean, who would believe it? She's so nice. Ah, yes. Mature, but nice. Like a fine wine. That feminine edge. Yes, she has that tang. That bittersweet taste that suffering gives a woman. Let's say a tad bohemian. Ah, yes. Rather poetic. Sensitive. And who would have thought in a place like this? Which goes to show you can never know just what might be round the corner. Or in the next room. There's a pleasant fragrance. She's left behind. Sandalwood, perhaps? Knock, knock. Who's there? Oh, it's you.
And who else do you expect it to be, mister? Listen, I took you in, right? And as soon as my back's turned, you're making a nuisance of yourself. Shouting and raving, what's going on? You woke up my best lodger. He's been here for years, and I don't want to upset. But you're not talking to yourself and shouting, what's the matter with you? You don't know how to behave, do you? You others here, you know, workers, people who grunt. Don't you appreciate that?
Not only appreciate, but even envy.
Yeah, well, they keep the contra going, turning the wheels and paying the rent, and what you do? Just entertain a few faces. That's when you get a job.
For mere frivolity.
He's as good as gold. I don't need outworker actor. You got me, eh? Now, mister, I took a bit of risk with ya, yeah? Right? And any more complaints, and it's the fast exit for you.
A heap of apologies. I do apologise. I never realised the walls were that thin.
Nah, they're not that thin. Just normal, mate. You were ranting and waving and chatting. What's all that about? What are you going to do that for, eh? Quiet now, aren't you? If you got to practice lying, do it quietly like. Then it's okay, innit? We're normal people. We ain't monsters, is we? We let live and let live. So what you doing with yourself when you're not working, eh? Hanging about? Resting? Working on your lines that you might do someday? Is that what you do, eh? Ha! Poor thing. I don't tell you what to do. If it makes you happy, then keep on doing it. But keep your voice down, okay? So you ain't got nothing coming up, like projects or what you got in the pipeline, so to speak.
You know, I'm sure that you appreciate that as an actor, one has to keep one's instrument tuned. You can't let it get neglected, rusting away, since an audition may come up at any moment. So at every moment, one has to be ready. But quite right. In future, I shall keep my bellows low.
I understand.
Then there's no problem.
No problem at all. But of course, one has to keep one's soul alive, alert. Language is like music or painting. It is colour and range. It awakens the spirit. It calls the heart and frees the emotion to read a poem or sing or act a play. It touches the area where our soul lives. It has to be allowed out or it may die. But I didn't realise how my voice penetrates, and I shall be quiet. I shall roar as quietly as any turtle dove until the Duke says, "Let him roar again. Let him roar again."
Okay. You're not taking the piss, are you?
Good God, no. It was a line from a play. I would never, as you say, take the piss.
Okay. So you got nothing coming up, have you? Eh?
Don't worry. You shall not wait for the rent.
Too right, I won't. And remember, 50 against breakages.
I shall not forget. I shall put a cheque in an envelope before the night's out.
Yeah, better have done. Get your agent to put you on EastEnders. Plenty of old buggers and that.
Indeed. I shall remind them, and thanks for the suggestion.
You're welcome. I'm sure.
Bloody bloody villain! Remorseless, lighterous, treacherous, kindless woman! What angel wakes me from my flowery bed?
Oh, poor you. Poor you. How the poet is persecuted.
Thank you, but merely an actor who flirts his hour.
Shh. It's the same. You speak, others write, you live the words. On your first day, they can't wait to throw stones. How unjust are the Pharisees of the world? The artist is always persecuted. Why?
I'm afraid I was to blame. I was too loud.
No, art hurts them, makes them feel uncomfortable, shabby, and the light exposes their sad, miserable lives, and they wish to shut it out.
Put out the light, and put out the light.
Yes, put out the light, and so they mock you. You? How ironic.
A common cry of curs.
So true, but shh. Don't let it get you down. You mustn't. You know why? Because we need you. The world needs you. You actors are the messengers from God. Like Prometheus bringing the fire from heaven. For without you, the world would be a much colder place.
Ha! I don't think that the world shares your enlightened view. And I was a bit loud, a bit carried away.
Shh! Don't say that. Don't say that the singing birds are too loud, for their shrill music wakes us. Is the thunder too loud? For low-life bats in their murky cave, anything's too loud. Only the shrill sounds of their boorish speaks do they understand with their niceness of voices. No, never too loud.
Thank you. Thank you, Sarah.
How you say my name, how you express it with such, dare I say, tenderness? Dare I? I dare, yes.
Try and do it without.
Sarah.
Yes?
Sarah. Sarah?
Oh, yes, yes.
Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? Thou art more lovely and more temperate. Rough winds to bend the darling buds of May, and summer's leash have all too short a date.
Don't forget, I'm waiting for your blue deposit.
Sometime too hot's the eye of heaven.
I'll give you another hour.
I'll give you another hour, okay? Then it's out with you.
Okay. And often his gold complexion dimmed.
For fuck's sake, Betty, what you shouting for? Fucking hook me up again, son hell.
But fire eternal summer shall not fade.
Sorry, Ted. That accent hasn't been really was it yet? Gets you agitated.
But fire eternal summer shall not fade.
It's fucking difficult, eh? First the cat next door, and now you. What's up with ya?
Sorry, darling.
Sorry, darling. I'm making up to you, Ted. Love.
Fuck me.
Nor lose possession of that fair foul host.
'Cause that actor ain't paid me.
It's because the act ain't paid me and my deposit yet, Ted. Gets me agitated.
As long as men can breathe, or eyes can see.
Then fucking go in and tell him. Don't swallow it.
I can't. Using that bad cart from next door, probably giving her one.
So long live this, and this gives life to thee.
Ah, shit. I never get back to fucking sleep now. I mean, I gotta fucking work.
Alright, Ted. Let's go quiet now. Just shut it. Just fucking shut it.
You guys are meant to be holding each other.
What do you mean?
You're meant to be huggy.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't mean
Happy
stage
ending.
direction, sorry.
Yeah.